Political America is under attack. America is in danger, and democracy is failing. I learned during my internship that these were further from the truth than anyone is willing to admit. Now, let's go over what's on the agenda for today. First, I'll go over my duties and responsibilities, and then we'll meet the candidate that I was an intern for, and we'll go over some challenges that I ran into. We'll go over my campaign-altering idea, and then I'll explain why I chose this internship. First, responsibilities and duties. So most of my responsibilities during this internship led with design, advertising, things along those, but I also had to schedule events as well as do research for the candidate, as he had to do research on multiple other candidates that he was running against. And it was really hard because he had a job, he had other things going on, and I was an unpaid intern that was willing to do it. So as many of these other guys today, they had to wear multiple hats and they had to do multiple things. Well, that was my position, as I was the youngest one on the campaign. Most of the people were 55 plus or even older. And on the right here, this is a part of something that I designed. This is going to be a reel that we're going to advertise actually coming up soon. Most of my designs have been put out there already on reels and such like that, but this is just something short that I wanted to put for this presentation. And then I also designed both of these for Facebook advertisements. These are just general advertisements for his campaign for the primary coming up here soon. These have yet to be put out, but they are in the process of being put on advertisements. And then these designs were for a project for an event in Middlebourne, West Virginia. This was a small packet that I put together for an elderly community that were having issues with their water, and they wanted to know where the water was coming from. And this was an aquifer report from a government website that I was able to put into a packet for them to better understand. Now let's go over who I was an internship for. This is Nate Cain. Nate Cain is a Christian conservative. His campaign is backed by Christian ideals and has a grassroots initiative. He is a military veteran, and he's been in the cybersecurity space for years, and he started in the military under cybersecurity. Now he's a military contractor with the DEA. Now he has no political experience, but he blew the whistle on the Clintons and their illegal business dealings, and that gave him a little bit of political experience, but I wouldn't really consider it. He just believed what he believed and saw that they were doing something morally wrong and blew the whistle and went to Congress and spoke on it. Now, with no political experience and no money, he's trying to move the needle on the political establishment in West Virginia. Let's see. Now, here are some challenges that I ran into. So I ran into communication, participation, and event planning challenges. Now, this was an event that got canceled in Philippi, West Virginia. Now, it was easy to communicate to people that it was canceled, but the issue was there's so many moving parts. We had an organization that wasn't willing to participate in the event. They helped us do the event. They helped us put the event together, but they ended up canceling last minute. And I had to call, I don't know, half dozen people or maybe even a dozen people to help put the event together, and then I had to call them all back and tell them that the event had been canceled a couple days later. This was a big deal as Nate's not really touched this area in West Virginia, and he's been trying to get in, but they've been trying to push him out. And I believe that this event would have been a big deal to him, but having it be canceled, it was really difficult for us. Now, my campaign-altering idea. This idea came whenever I saw Nate's willingness to see local candidates for what they were running for and who they were, and understand that they were running for lower level positions and that they could use his help in running for them. So the idea came from endorsing these candidates for local positions and having them at different events in local areas and being able to put out Nate's name at a local level so that people who they see every day will see that he's running with them for a local position. Now this could run into a couple issues where the local candidate might not be such a great person, but we've vetted them, and we've had multiple other people talk to us because we know people within the communities, and we've been trying to get this pushed out. Now, we've got a couple people to accept his endorsement, but we're looking for a couple more as the primary is coming up here on the 14th of May. Now, why did I choose to do this internship? Well, as I believe a lot of people see internships for as the experience and the pursuit. The experience that they gain from an internship and the pursuit of something greater after. They want to see improvements in fields. All three of them today saw improvements in the fields, and they all saw new experiences. But I don't think that was truly the only reason why. I believe it was truly the people that we were able to help with our initiatives, the people that we were able to help throughout the district. We were able to help them with government issues. We were able to help them with campaigning. We were able to help them with flyers. We were able to help them even whenever the government turned their back. We were able to get people on the phone. We were able to talk to them. I think that the people was truly why this internship is important to me, because there's so many people that we were able to touch and so many people that we were able to help in so many ways. Now, to wrap up my internship presentation, I wanted to do a little PSA. As the West Virginia primary elections are coming up here on May 14th. Now, I know that not everybody lives in West Virginia, but if you're not registered to vote, please register to vote. It's very, very important, as Professor Krause would tell us. And hopefully, if my candidate does get elected, I will move on to helping him for the general election. So thank you so much, and that is my presentation. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Since you kind of like dabbled into the political side of things, is this something that even if your candidate doesn't get elected, is this something that you can see yourself pursuing in the future, like staying in the political side of communications or moving on to something else?
I could see myself working in politics. I've already worked there before. I had a job in Virginia. It wasn't really what I would like to do in the future, but if the opportunity arose, I would definitely take it. It was a big deal to me, and I really like the people that I'm working with currently. Yes?
How did you find this internship? Is this something you sought out yourself, or were you reached out? How did that go for you?
So while I was at Bethany, I actually transferred here from Bethany, for you that don't know. And whenever I was there, the one lady who helped me get involved in politics, she knew the guy who was running. And whenever I was here, I've been removed 3 years, but I've seen her off and on from going back and forth. And she told me about the internship, the possible internship, and told me about it, and I ended up taking advantage of it. Yes, honey?
So, in theory, if Cain is not elected, does not be victorious in the 2024 election, talk a little bit how it's so important to keep public relations going forward.
So, especially in this campaign, because he's so personable, a lot of people who are running for Congress or running for these positions just forget about the people who they have helped previously. Now, I don't see Nate doing that, but you could never know. But through my internship, I would hope to keep up with these people and try to help them move on in the future. And I think that this is very important, but I don't see very many other candidates doing it. Anyone else? Okay. So next week, we'll be here for Caitlin Carney, Bailey Yoakum, Rachel Little, and Haley Rhines right here, noon, next week. Thank you, and that will conclude our presentations.